and entertainment. Let's get right to it. Y'all hit that like if you will. I'm gonna say it again. Sub to the channel if you're not a member, and please hit them notifications. And I know a lot of people have not been getting their notifications, so what I need you to do is to unsubscribe and then subscribe again, and then hit the notifications that say all the colored bell. Okay, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to get some of the notifications. You don't want to get, just a few of the notifications. You want to get all of the notifications, because a lot of people have been telling me they have not been getting their notifications. Salute to the LDBC, basketball and boxing. I was inspired to do this by my brother, none other than the Pull Up Podcast, aka BJ over there at the Pull Up Podcast. Definitely go follow his channel and definitely go sub to it too as well. Salute to that brother. Now, he inspired me to do this because we need to talk about this. Now, the Philadelphia 76ers, man, without a doubt, we have not been we haven't been playing up to our capability lately. I mean, tonight we go and we face a shorthanded, Giannis-less Bucks team. What's up, Brown Sugar? I see you in here. But here's the thing: with all the struggling that we've been going, yes, we have been playing weak teams and everything. But I will say this, okay? And this is what I'll say to Pull a Podcast, okay? In the beginning, go listen to my videos. Okay, yes, we were winning. But I said, in order for us to be taken seriously, okay, we do need to beat the upper echelon teams, okay? And I did state that, okay? Yes, was I excited that we were getting those other wins? Yes, it was a good thing because it built momentum, okay? Now, you had mentioned to me that, about this not being Nick Nurse's fault and, we don't have guys available and all this other stuff, right? Well, that's no excuse at all. And the thing about it is, I'm going to say this. I would rather have two guys because, I'm getting all this feedback. I got feedback from my brother Pull a Podcast telling me that VJ Edgecombe and Tyrese Maxey, they can't carry a load. Well, all that might be true right now, but they said the same thing about SGA. They looked at him and laughed. And OKC, when them guys, people used to overlook OKC. Now they're on the verge of making history possibly. Okay. Then on top of that, let's look at the Clippers for a second, right? Now we beat the Clippers and we beat them without Kawhi Leonard. But see what I'm saying? Just notice what I said. We beat them without Kawhi Leonard, which means that the main player there again is not available to play. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's always hurt. Somebody's always hobbled. Sixers. Somebody's hurt. Always hobble. If it ain't Paul George and it's Joel Embiid, if it ain't Joel Embiid, you know what I'm saying? It's Jared McCain. Of course, he's back, but he's not 100% yet. You know what I'm saying? But I'll focus more on Embiid more than anything, and of course, Paul George. But Paul George is back. Okay, I give him props for getting out there and playing and everything. But you missing games is nobody's fault but your own. And on top of that, it's indicative of what you've been doing, not only since you came into the league, but also what you're doing in the off season. Listen, man, give me guys that want to run, okay? Right now, you're looking at them right now, and you're saying, oh, yeah, well, these guys can't carry a team and all this other stuff. I beg to differ. They can't carry a team. And I'm going to say this again. There does need to be a coaching change. Okay. If you look at Nick Nurse's, if you look at his rotations, they are suspect. Go back and go look. Okay. Because some of y'all tend to focus and zero in on highlights. You know what I'm saying? Y'all look at, little portions of the game. No, look at the whole entire game. And don't just be like, okay, man, this game ain't going nowhere, it's trash or anything like that. No. You got to look at the game for what it is, because some of those in those games we'll have a lead, okay? We will have a lead. We'll have a chance to ice the game a lot of those times, okay? I could give several examples. We'll have a chance to ice the game. For instance, we had a chance to beat Chicago. Okay, let me give a prime example. Let's just give a direct example as to all the stuff that's happening. Okay, we were up about 20 something against Chicago. Okay, had a chance to ice the game. What ended up happening? We ended up losing the league. Okay. Now that right there, that's not Nick Nurse's fault. However, what is Nick Nurse's fault is situations such as him going to Embiid late in the game situation, knowing damn well that all these other guys are gelling and have chemistry and have cohesiveness and everything. But you want to go to Embiid like, it's his third year in the league, or it's his fourth year in the league, and he's running team or anything like that. I'm sorry to say, this is Maxey's team, whether you want to see that or not. Who is on the floor? It's Maxey. Okay? Who has yet to miss a game? VJ Edgecombe and Maxey. Okay, who's showing up every night? Who's going to play in a back-to-back? It's Maxey. Okay, so he is showing that he is capable of carrying the team. Joel Embiid, for all this stuff that y'all say, oh yeah, Maxey can't carry a team and all this other stuff. Where has Joel Embiid carried us? Where later on? Where did Harden carry us? Where did Paul George carry us? They didn't carry us nowhere. Okay, you haven't even seen the best of Maxey yet. That's what. See, you're comparing a guy who's been in the league a decade, who done pretty much. We know what he's about. We know what his habits are. We see the same stuff every year, but yet and still you're trying to hold on. Okay, just like some of these teams are trying to hold on to that same old weak ass tradition that they got. Okay, no, you got to let it go. Look, my whole thing is, and listen, I'm not up here to cook no teams and none of that other stuff. But what I am going to tell you is that if you're going to sit up here and you're going to say, oh, yeah, well, this guy can't carry a team, that guy can't carry a team, go look at some of those players that are hurt, that don't play back-to-backs, that make excuses. Oh, I got this going on, I got that going on and everything. I'm talking about consistently. I'm not talking about like a Victor Wembanyama situation. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about, guys that clearly, coming down on people's foot or something like that. Like look at Brunson. Like I made an example earlier. He can't, he rolled his ankle, but guess what? He was back in a couple of days. You understand what I'm saying? Kawhi Leonard, as much as I like Kawhi Leonard, like him as a player and everything, come on, man. You out for several weeks with ankle problems and stuff like that. But last time I checked, there was times when Victor Wembanyama, he clearly rolled his ankle one time. And guess what ended up happening? He got up, kept on going. Okay? Even LeBron James, okay? As much as people hate LeBron James and not a big fan of him and stuff like that, LeBron has rolled his ankle. I've seen it. LeBron has had an ankle injury. Some of the ankle injury, I think like one or two of the ankle injury, he kind of over dramatized and everything. But he has got back out there, tied his shoe, and went out there and played again. I've seen it. Okay, you could try to deny it because you hate the man and all this other stuff. But I'm just giving a prime example, and that's one of the reasons why he's still playing. Okay, besides all this stuff about him He may be on PEDs and all this other stuff. I'm not gonna get into that. Like I said, I don't like a lot of the tacky shit that LeBron do. I wish that he would go ahead, call it a career and everything like that. But if we're gonna talk about longevity, that's one of the key things is taking care of your body and longevity. Now, I understand that Kawhi Leonard has a situation where it's uncontrollable. Um, nothing is really going to help him in terms of his knees and everything like that. The degenerative knees and everything. But at the same damn time, that's where you got to come to a decision. Now, I'm going to go ahead and let's take it a step further, right? You're sitting up here and y'all saying, oh, yeah, well, y'all can't carry a team and y'all can't do this and y'all can't do that. Well, we 8-6 for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Now, I did clearly state that, we're not a playoff contender. Okay, we're not we're a playoff team, but we're not a championship ready team yet. We're not, man. We got a long way to go, man. Okay, anybody that says we 2 years and a year and all this other stuff, no, because the first thing that we got to do, we got to have players that are available. Everybody got to be on the same page, and everybody is not on the same page. We can't have a guy who some people still see as the superstar of the team, that some people still see as the leader of the team. I don't see him as the leader of the team. Maxey is the leader of the team, but some people still see Embiid as the leader of the team, and he's not. And y'all are still waiting on this guy. Okay, you're still waiting, wishing and hoping Paul George will magically arrive to the Paul George of the Indiana Pacers, Paul George, or OKC Paul George, or short stint with LA Clippers Paul George. No, it's not happening. Okay, I'm just happy that Paul George is back and just playing basketball. I'm pretty sure he's just happy. Hopefully, he's just happy just to be playing. But when we're talking about guys that haven't even entered their prime yet, Maxey has yet to even sniff his prime yet. He's headed there. You know what I'm saying? But he's still got a lot of learning to do as well. He's gonna make his mistakes. And on top of that, this is another thing too, okay, that nobody's looking at, okay? Yes, please, Brown Sugar, get it out there. Share it, man. Look, that ship is sailed. Brown Sugar, I got something for that though. Please believe it, sweetie. I got something to maneuver all that. Trust and believe, okay? But so we're not even worried about that. If they're not gonna share it, hey, we maneuver around here. But listen, this is the thing that we got to understand about Tyrese Maxey, okay? Everybody's talking about, oh yeah, he can't carry a team. That my brother BJ telling me, he can't carry a team. Listen, they said the same thing about Kobe. Okay, they said the same thing about Kobe. When Shaq left, they said that, man, listen, this is before social media. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, they might have had social media, but it wasn't like it was now. You know what I'm saying? They had internet, but it wasn't like it is now. But they said the same thing about Kobe. Kobe had to grow into being a leader, man. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm not here to compare the player, okay? I want you to listen to me, and I want you to listen to me good, because a lot of y'all don't tend to listen. You take bits and pieces of the words, and then next thing you know, it's like, oh my God, he said Kobe Bryant, all this other bullshit. No, okay? Y'all go haywire. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm not comparing Kobe Bryant to Max. Okay? Not comparing that. Shouts out to the brother Lemon Pepper Lou in the building. Go sub to my brother Lemon Pepper Lou in the building. Shouts out to him, man. Hope you're doing all right, brother. Like I said, Kobe Bryant had to grow into becoming a leader. Okay? Especially when Shaq left. Okay? It wasn't like, okay, yeah, Kobe could just step in. No, he had to go through a maturation process. Just like a lot of guys. Jordan had to go through a maturation process. Even a young Magic, even though he stepped right in and they won a championship, he still had to mature as a player. All these greats had to go through a maturation process. Tyrese Maxey, okay? At one point, he was like second leading in scoring or something like that, but he was amongst the leaders in scoring. At one point, I think he was first in leading scorer, but I could be wrong. I think Luka was or whatever. But anyway, even with all the points that he's putting up on the board and stuff like that, he still got to maturate as a player. The brother Lou, he said Kobe didn't become a Black Mamba until the fourth season in the NBA. Yeah, well, see, and listen, I'm not even necessarily talking about the black, like the Black Mamba. I like him being a Black Mamba. You know what I'm saying? That was later on in his career and everything. But what I'm talking about is him not having Shaq there. You know what I'm saying? They were a duo. That was his counterpart. You know what I'm saying? Whether we want to look at it that way or not, you can't have one without the other. Like Scottie and Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Like Magic and Kareem. Same thing. Listen, when Shaq left, he had a whole nother responsibility. Now he was seen as the guy. Before it was a Batman and Robin type of thing. Now you're seeing a transition right now. Like I'm telling my guy pull a podcast, okay? You're seeing a transition right now where Maxey is taking on the responsibility. This team was Joel Embiid's team at one point. It was. But you see now that Joel Embiid is not capable of not only leading by example, but he can't lead vocally neither. Okay, what is Joel Embiid? Lou, Brown Sugar, the brother Pull Up Podcast, BJ. What is Embiid gonna tell Maxey about conditioning? What is he gonna tell Maxey about keeping your body in shape? What is he gonna tell Maxey about working hard in the off season? What is he going to tell Maxey about capitalizing at the end of games? What is he going to tell Maxey about just leadership, period? There is absolutely nothing that he could tell Maxey, nor could he tell Edgecombe. Matter of fact, Edgecombe has even a more broader potential to take control of this franchise one day or whatever. But right now, we're taking it step by step. Sometimes it takes baby steps. He the most lazy big man of all time. Yeah, I mean that's pretty. There's been some guys, but right now, yeah, that's what he's looked at. That's what he looked at. Listen, I would rather give me two guys that want to run. They're fighting. They're going back to back. It's easy for you to sit up there and say, "Oh yeah, he can't carry a team. He can't do this. He can't do that." Joel Embiid ain't playing back-to-backs. He ain't playing no 3 games in a row. He's always hurt. Always got something wrong with him. That's why I respect guys like, Brown Sugar in here. I respect the guy like a Jaylen Brown. Okay, Jaylen Brown, he's got to get out there. Jaylen Brown is learning now, okay, how to do all the responsibilities or whatever. It was easy to do that, but now that he don't have Jason Tatum, he's got to learn on the fly or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He's looked at as that guy, as that leader. Even though that he won Finals MVP, all that other stuff. Now you're really seen as the guy, and you're going to get criticized too because why aren't we looking at Jaylen Brown's direction? You know what I'm saying? He was the one with the Finals MVP. He was the one. A lot of people said, "Oh yeah, he couldn't carry this and couldn't carry that and all this other stuff." We know had injury stuff like that, but. Thing about it is you are still leader. You still looked at as that leader, and on top of that, you also got to understand this: heavy is the head that holds the crown. So you got to take the good with the bad. Maxey, they gonna look at Maxey and they gonna be like, "Oh man, you're not carrying the team and all this other stuff." Well, it's easy for you to say if you got a coach that can't coach. This is another thing I gotta say to my brother Pull Up too, right? BJ, check this out. Nick Nurse is getting out-coached by every single person especially the ones that especially the teams that are well above 500. He got outcoached by Billy Donovan, as well as played by Josh Giddey. No, you don't like him, and Vucevic and the boy that was on the Chicago Bulls. Got outcoached by the coach of the Cavs. You know what I'm saying? Got outcoached by J.B. Bickerstaff. He got outcoached by the coach of the Toronto Raptors. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the thing, man. Tonight, if we lose against the Bucks, Lou, Brown Sugar, pull up. If we lose against the Bucks, guess what? That falls on Nick Nurse. Because guess what? They don't have Giannis. My prime example, look, if y'all gonna give all these guys the smoke, if you're giving Maxey the smoke, all these other guys the smoke or whatever, everybody deserves the smoke or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Look, like I said, Doc Rivers, y'all got on him because Bronny James was in the lineup against the Lakers or whatever, just so that JJ Redick could be petty and prove a point. Well, check this out. Nick Nurse clearly has his two guys in there. He's got his two guns in there. You can survive with Edgecombe. You can survive with Maxey. You still got Quentin Grimes. We have Barlow. We got Andre Drummond. Okay, Oubre is out. I understand that. But you have other guys that can fill in. It's not like we don't have scorers. Don't tell me, oh yeah, Oubre is out. Oubre, yes, he's a complimentary piece, but Grimes can get you 20 and 25, damn near 32. I don't want to hear all this. I know this may sound crazy. I think Willie Green would be a veteran. Of course he would. I've already said that. And I know people are going to say, oh, yeah, well, Nick Nurse is championship proven. Well, shit, if you championship proven, why do you keep losing? I know that rhymes. I didn't mean for that to, but I'm just saying, you getting your ass coach circled around by J.B. Bickerstaff, man. Of course you are. And look at J.B. Bickerstaff right now. He doing, and look, they're shorthanded too. The Pistons ain't making no excuses. You got to realize this. Kate Cunningham was without Jalen during a portion of last year. Did we forget that? Did they forget that Kate Cunningham was without Ivy? They don't have Beasley. A couple of other guys were missing on their roster. There was a time when they played the Washington Wizards, and guess what? They damn near lost. They criticized Kate Cunningham for shooting 45 shots and shit, but not realizing that he was the only one pretty much in his lineup and stuff like that. He ain't make no excuses. And they was in a dogfight with the Washington Wizards, but guess what? They still came on top. That is a combination of not making excuses and also good coaching. That exemplifies good coaching. So I don't want to hear all these excuses that everybody make. Oh, man, you don't have this person. Oh, man, you don't have this person. Man, listen, bro. We cut from a different cloth. My brother Lou, we cut from a different cloth. Brown Sugar, cut from a different cloth. BJ, even you, pull up. You cut from a different cloth. You know what I'm saying? Especially being a Kobe fan, cut from a different cloth. Tie that shit up and get your ass back out there. You know what I'm saying? If it's hurt, but you can still walk on it, get your ass back out there. You know what I'm saying? Who cares if Steph Curry is hurt, Draymond? Shit, be like, okay, if you hurt, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna get mine. You know what I'm saying? That's how you should be thinking. I mean, it might be a selfish way of thinking or whatever, but you're like, look, no, I'm not gonna let the team down, and that's what Edgecombe does. Edgecombe been struggling up until last night. He had 21, but the reason why I fuck with Edgecombe and Edgecombe is gonna carry this team one day as well as Maxey is because those guys, they show up every single night and they show out every single night. And not only that, they giving 100% effort every single night, win or loss. Okay, we could have had that game against Toronto, but like I said, it does fall on coaching. You gotta hold his feet to the fire. Nobody's holding him accountable. You're not holding Nick Nurse accountable. You're so blindsided by the championship. You know what I'm saying? A championship in which a lot of people felt like if KD wasn't hurt and what happened to Klay Thompson, the Golden State Warriors, we'd be looking at them in a whole nother light. You said my 49ers lost half of their defense and my team still out here playing. No matter what, yeah. Got the pretty much the, I would say, the captain of your defense, you know what I'm saying? The heart and soul of your defense, in my opinion, I think it's Fred Warner. Some people say Bosa or whatever, but I think it's Fred Warner. You know what I'm saying? You lost him for man, that was demoralizing. Fred Warner is like, one of my favorite players. You know what I'm saying? So when I saw that, I was like, damn, Lou. But, you know what I'm saying? I know we're not talking about football, but it correlates to what I'm talking about. It don't matter. It's the next man up. What did Lucas say? It's the next man up. I don't want to hear about, oh, yeah, you don't have this person. Oh, we got to take into account this. James Harden, talking about the Clippers, James Harden, as much as we don't like James Harden, as much as the dumb shit that James Harden do, titties for titles, what they call him, James Harden shows up. James Harden shows up. He don't make no excuses. And he's been playing in the league for, he's one of the older vets in the league or whatever. Like I said, I don't like a lot of the shit that James Harden do. Sometimes I don't like his play style or whatever, but guess what? He shows up to work. Give me that over somebody, oh man, you know what? He's not available. Oh shit, such and such, unavailable. Oh shit, such and such on the injury report, knowing damn well they're not injured. Come on, man. So I just had to address that. Yes, VJ Edgecombe as well as Tyrese Maxey will carry this team one day, whether you like it or not. Whether you like it or not, they will carry the team. Joel Embiid, he can't carry a team no more. Hell, let me know when you could play back-to-backs. Let me know when you could play 60-plus games in the season. Not 3 or 4 years ago. I'm talking about now. Now. At this stage of the game. LeBron James is way older than you, 41 years old, and we gotta tell him, oh, LeBron ain't hurt. LeBron got to face sciatica. That's how we know that how much in good shape LeBron is, whether you like him or not. But I'm just saying, you went to the Olympics. You went to the Olympics, and then you came back, and then you complaining about your knee. No, I'm not going to make no excuses. Jared McCain, no, he really was hurt. Okay, that's real. But Jared McCain is still out there fighting. You want to sit down all the time. The more you sit down, you don't understand that. He can't right now, Lou. He can't. He can't right now because he just signed an extension, so he's stealing money. He can't do that. We can't revisit him getting traded until possibly 28. Maybe the end of next year, unfortunately. But he can't do that because for one, then they got to take on his contract. Then on top of that, you got to take on this liability. That's the same situation that Anthony Davis is in. You know what I'm saying? And look, I don't talk down on guys that are really hurt. Like Kawhi Leonard, I cut Kawhi Leonard just a little bit of slack. Okay? But where I come in and question Kawhi Leonard is, okay, you hitting clutch shots. Okay, you doing all this death-defying shit that I know Kawhi Leonard to be, the guy that I like, the guy that plays both ends of the floor, the guy that's a clutch bucket waiting to happen and stuff like that. But then next thing you know, you sitting down again, okay? Now we know we know that it wasn't the knees or whatever, but then you said it was your ankle. You understand what I mean? Yeah, Lou, you got to look at his contract, man. Everybody always asks me, everybody always tell me, oh, well, yeah, just trade him. Just trade him. It's not that simple, especially when you're dealing with a contract. like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's a super max at that. You know what I'm saying? He signed an extension just last year, so that's what makes it difficult. But they don't want to get rid of him. You know what I'm saying? Daryl Morey, his dumbass, he don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Now we got to steal right now. Right now, what we need to focus on is what we got. Okay, I like I said, I'm at the point now. I'm pretty sure Brown Sugar would do the same thing. I'm pretty sure you would do the same thing, Lou. We would sail that ship. That ship is sailed. It's time to move on. Get on to the next one. We got Maxey. We got a guy that's healthy. We got a guy that's mobile. We got a guy that's vocal. We got a guy that's going to show up, win or loss. Okay, we still over 500. There's still hope. Nick Nurse, he need to get his fucking act together. Okay, I'm willing to work with him, but when you keep making the same mistakes every single time, repetitiveness, it's insanity. Doing the same thing and we still getting the same results. And we're getting laughed at instead of being taken seriously. We're not going to be taken seriously unless we're beating teams like OKC, unless we're beating the Detroits, if we're beating the Cavs, okay, who's still a hype job. Okay, we got to beat Houston. We got to beat, hell, we got to beat some of those teams in the West before anybody could take us seriously. Can we beat Denver? No, I don't think we can. I don't think we could. We're definitely not going to fuck with OKC. You know what I'm saying? Because if we're talking about getting to the finals, we got to play one of them. So we got to handle what's in the Eastern Conference first, and we're not even beating them. We can't beat the Chicago Bulls. Lost a 22 point lead. Okay? And we had Embiid in that game, so I don't want to hear no fucking excuses. Okay? We lost to the Cavs, lost to Detroit. Okay? We beat Boston or whatever, but we were in a dog fight with them. And they're not even at full strength. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, SGA, this is my last point, then I gotta go, y'all. SGA has not made one excuse. Let's take it back to last year. Last year, he was without, if I'm not mistaken, he was without J-Dub, he was without Chet, and one or two other players or whatever. Guess what? They were still winning. This season alone, Lou, Brown Sugar, guess what? They getting it done. They only lost one goddamn game. That was to the Blazers. They getting it done without J-Dub. He's not making no excuses. He getting it done short-handed. He's like, look, short-handed or not, I'm still going to give you the business. I'm still going to show you I'm king of this motherfucking league right now. And that's what he's doing. Jordan didn't make no fucking excuses when Scotty was going through his shit. It was him and Dennis Rodman and Harper, and that's all he had. He had to shuffle all these duties and stuff like that, man. We gotta stop making excuses. You don't hear James Harden making no excuses. He's still going out there. They might be 4-10, 4-11, whatever the fuck they are, but he's still out there fighting. We got to stop with all these damn excuses. They pulling all these motherfucking excuses from everywhere. Oh, man, well, you don't have this guy. You don't have this guy. That's what coaching is for. That's what coaching is for. It's called adjustments. What did the great Tim Duncan say? Playoffs is about adjustments. There's plenty of times when the Spurs were shorthanded. And guess what? They made adjustments because they were deep. That exemplifies a good team. It's not about one person. And Two-Rod said something earlier that I meant to tell you. Shout out to Two-Rod for TV. Go sub to his channel. He said this. When he was talking about OKC, they have a standard, just like the Bulls did, just like the Lakers did, just like some of these great championships did, like the Spurs did, Miami. Some of these great championship teams, Boston, they had a standard, and it said, okay, you either do it this way or you hit the highway or whatever. And that's what OKC has become. That's what I'm saying. You have to fall in line. Like the Chicago Bulls, you either play that way, fall in line, next man up, or your ass is gone, or you're going to be riding the pond or whatever. They're going to find you somewhere else to go. You know what I'm saying? But now they done got used to Zion sitting down. Oh, I got hamstring when you were supposed to be in shape coming into the season. You know what I'm saying? Bradley Beal, oh man, hurt again. Got to have surgery, all this other stuff or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You might as well just go ahead and retire. Shit, you got your money, man. I don't see Bradley Beal going nowhere. Then we got to wait on your ass to get back out there and all this other stuff. No, man. Come on, man. We done seen this before. Then you gonna sit out there. You just stealing money, man. You know what I'm saying? Hell, shit, you overrated anyways, man. Like you don't know how to. You already proved that you can't carry no damn team anyways. You know what I'm saying? You're not trash, but you definitely ain't what they say you are. You know what I'm saying? I had an argument with several people about that shit. But anyways, man, like I said, man, I'm about to go ahead and get up out of here. Thanks for the lovely, beautiful brown sugar showing up. Definitely go sub to the brother Lou. Lemon Pepper Lou over there on his channel and everything. Besides that, straight to the point, LDBC, basketball, boxing, I'm out.